Okay, let's paint a picture. I think everyone listening has been right here before. You walk into a big meeting room, you've got maybe 5 minutes before you present, and there's just this spaghetti monster of cables on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You plug your laptop in, you say a little prayer, and nothing, just a blue screen. It is the absolute worst feeling.
It is. It's total nightmare scenario.
But today, we're looking at a piece of gear that's supposed to be the cure for that exact headache. It's the Kramer VP-558.
Yeah, it's a beast of a machine. And I know the name, the 11x4 presentation matrix switcher, sounds incredibly dry,
A little bit, yeah.
but you really should think of it as the central nervous system for a pro presentation space. It's built to take all that chaos and just, bring it under control.
Central nervous system. I like that. So let's get into the specs. The 11x4 part that jumps right out, 11 inputs, that feels like a lot for a normal boardroom.
It does. It sounds like overkill until you actually look at how we work now in a hybrid setup. So you've got your 6 standard HDMI inputs for laptops. That's pretty normal. But the real power comes from the 4 HD base T inputs.
Right, because you can't run a super long HDMI cable, can you? The signal just degrades.
Exactly. It just dies after a few meters. You get that digital snow or just a complete signal loss.
So HD basically solves that.
It does. It lets you send video, audio, everything up to about 230 feet over a standard network cable. It's a game changer for big venues.
And looking at the list, wait, it also has a VGA input.
It does.
Seriously, VGA. That's like finding a cassette player in a brand new car.
I know. It seems ancient. But think about it. There's always that one guest speaker who shows up with a 10-year-old laptop.
You're right. There always is.
And they need to present right now. This box is the insurance policy that keeps that one person from derailing the whole meeting.
That's a fair point. Okay, so I want to push back on something. The marketing talks a lot about this Pix-perfect scaling technology. Is that just a fancy phrase or is something real happening there?
No, it's definitely more than just marketing fluff. See, in a pro setting, good enough is a problem. If you plug a 1080p laptop into a 4K display, a cheap scaler just stretches the image.
Okay.
And for a movie, fine. But if it's an Excel spreadsheet with tiny numbers, that stretching makes everything blurry.
Right, so you can't read the quarterly projections.
Exactly. PixPerfect maps the source pixels one-to-one with the display's native pixels. It keeps text and fine lines perfectly crisp.
Got it. That makes sense. So the video side is solid. But when I was looking at the back panel of this thing, I realized half of it isn't even for video.
And that's the hidden value right there.
It looks like an audio receiver.
Because it basically is. Normally you'd have your video switcher here and then a completely separate audio processor and amplifier over there. The VP-558 just swallows that entire audio rack.
So it has a DSP and an amp built in.
A digital signal processor and a 2x10 watt power amplifier, yeah.
And a microphone input. I saw a feature called Talkover. I'm guessing that's not for boardroom karaoke.
Not quite. In the industry, we call it ducking.
Ducking.
Yeah. So imagine you're playing a loud company video and the CEO wants to make a comment. The moment they speak into the mic, the system automatically lowers or ducks the video's audio.
Well, that's smart.
So their voice cuts through clean, and when they stop talking, the music smoothly fades back in. It makes the whole production feel polished automatically.
Okay, we have to talk about the price. The elephant in the room. I saw it listed for around $5,600. That's a lot of money.
It is.
Why not just buy a bunch of cheap adapters off Amazon for a tenth of the price?
You could. People do. But what you're really paying for here is reliability. You're paying to avoid that panic 2 a.m. phone call from the executive wing.
Right. The single point of failure.
Well, you're avoiding multiple points of failure. When you daisy-chain cheap gear, anything can go wrong. This is one solid, manageable 2-rack unit device. And the reviews all mention the support is excellent. If your cheap gear fails, you're on your own.
So you're paying for peace of mind. To avoid that blue screen nightmare we started with.
Peace of mind and simplicity. It even has a USB switcher built in and web pages so IT can control it remotely without even entering the room. It solves the complexity problem by just hiding it all inside one box.
So to wrap up, if you're in a place where a technical glitch can cost you real money or damage your reputation, this thing is kind of the adult in the room for your AV system.
It really is, and it makes you wonder about the future, We're so used to seeing these giant racks full of specialized blinking boxes. As these all-in-one super brains get more and more powerful, are we maybe seeing the end of the component rack altogether?
A single super brain for the boardroom. I like that. Something to chew on the next time you're fumbling with an HDMI cable. Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.